going on? Ah! That's a
Don't
good
mind if
one.
I borrow this, Mrs. Disraeli?
Steady on. That's the way. Let's go. Doing fine. Walk on, girl.
Oh, where are you going, Jacob? No. Oh, that's one way to get it.
Help me!
There's another one. Yeah, I used helix credits to get the glitch map. On the plus side, though, I got all of them from just doing stuff in the game, so I didn't have to actually pay for it. See, completion pays off. It's a fast-moving clock. Of course, time moves fast in this game too, so... The other one is...
Is it a new one? Yeah, it's on. I think it's on.
Ah, there it is. Okay. Down we go. You there, I need a carriage.
Who's a good horse? You are.
I knew those blighters were a bad lot.
Sploosh. Up the tree, Jacob. There you go. No. Too far. And the last one from Westminster is up here. Let's go.
All of this.
You don't know it, then? Sounds in everyone.
I've heard seasickness.
I haven't found any more royal correspondence in a while. There we go. Westminster's done. I just need correspondence. There's one up here. Let's go get it. Excuse me.
I've heard seasickness.
We're going to chaos.
Hail Britannia! Can I borrow this? Don't worry, I work with the police. Sometimes. Sorry, I am so sorry.
Doing fine here.
It seems kind of uncomfortable, buddy. Just want to actually sit on the chair. Just 4 more left. December 16th, 1867. To Lord Stanley. The Queen has received Lord Stanley's letter of the 12th. She cannot doubt that is Lord Stanley's wish to observe the constitutional practice of taking the Queen's pleasure before he forwards dispatches of any importance to their destination. But she cannot approve of the irregular habit which has crept in of sending off dispatches without her sanction having been previously obtained, trusting to the power of cancelling them by telegraph, if disapproved. She would therefore certainly wish that the old custom of obtaining her approval before they are sent should be resumed. The Queen is not aware that she has ever failed in at once returning any box marked immediate, and when she is at Windsor not even a single post need be lost by reference to her. She must also remark with respect to the dispatch in question, that though dated the 9th, it was only sent from the Foreign Office on the evening of the 10th, and reached her on the 11th. The Queen would further observe that Lord Stanley's remark that there is a wide difference between the expression of her personal opinion in a conversation and the formal giving of advice by the government, etc., does not hold good. As the moment such conversations are recorded in official dispatches supposed to have received the sanction of the sovereign, they entirely lose their characters as private and personal communications. You have just one. And it's right there. Let's go get it. Oh, look, an escort and a hijack. How close? Excuse me, bud. I'm gonna borrow this. Hope you don't mind. Oh, and there's a rook carriage right there. Whoops.
Steady on.
Oh boy.
I've got a clear shot. Let's get moving. Both your legs.
Hee 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 hee. Whoa.
That's a girl.
I don't know if that technically counts as hijacking. Wait, I'm too low. Oh, come on. Dang it! There we go. Just bump it with your elbow. Okay, that is done. That just has correspondence. The Thames. Let's see what else we got. That's all done. It's all done. You have just one. And you're all done. Let's get to work then. See you over here. Might as well pick you up on the way. Are you in between or right below? Nope, you're just right over here. I was gonna say, that better not miss. Hello, officer. What did I do?
Someone coming from behind!
You guys kind of suck. I'm just hopping a ride. we go. Going down. Excuse me. Well, that was helpful. It's all for the Thames. I've just got one left in the city of London. There you are. Get on the boat. Let's hitch a ride. You're going a little faster. Never mind. Just hopping from boat to boat. Ship to ship. See a train station up ahead. See ya.
Tell us where the diamonds are. Who hurt you worse?
Do I want to know what's going on? Oh boy. Great Eagle.
I've seen much
Oh, you're outside. Nope. Gentlemen? There we go. That's it, right? 12. London's done. Thames. Suffolk. Lambeth. Westminster. Strand. Should be it. I don't get a achievement for that or anything. Well, might as well go through the intel.
Isabel! What a lovely surprise!
Are you recording this?
Oh, yes. I record everything I do. Never know when an unexpected breakthrough will happen. How are you?
Terrible. I've been tasked with archiving the genetic memories from Project Legacy.
Well, it's a shame how that ended, but I'm glad to see the data isn't going to waste.
It's a waste of my time and talent, just as your current assignment is a waste of yours.
Work is work. Despite the setbacks in Denver, the Abstergo satellite is a very interesting...
Fiddick had his chance, and he's blown it. They'll never find a new Apple in time for launch. The Animus Project is dead in the water. Meanwhile, you and I are members of the Inner Sanctum, and we're being treated like sodding interns. But what if we could give Mr. Ricken a new working piece of Eden?
I'm listening.
Don't listen. Look. Look at this.
PE number 66. Where did it come from?
The Project Legacy data revealed that the company acquired it in the 40s. I want you to help me get it working again.
This fabric, it's very fragile. But there's technology in it.
You study the Shroud. Find out anything you can about its original purpose and methods of use. I'll cross-reference the genetic memories from Project Legacy against my archive. With any luck, I can locate more people who came into contact with it. Together, we can unlock the artifact's secrets.
I get to play with an artifact and take Vidic down a peg? How can I refuse?
You called me all the way to Paris for this madness?
Listen, it's been months and we are no closer to get the Shroud to work. The microscopic technology in its fibers is similar to what we found in other pieces of Eden. An alloy we've dubbed Pathoritka. This alloy seems to react specifically to thought. But the artifact itself remains inert.
That's still no reason for this course of action. What if the Shroud doesn't save you?
Do you know just how much of Abstergo's money we've embezzled into our secret project here? Because I'm sure Mr. Ricken noticed by now. And if we have nothing to show for it. So I'm going to wrap myself in the Shroud. And you're going to do what needs to be done. One way or another. Our current dilemma will be resolved.
Fine. Oh, shit.
I am Consus, the erudite god. I'm not happy about this at all.
Why must you always shoot yourself in the head to summon the precursor consciousness?
Because it works! I tried slitting my wrists, nothing. I tried overdosing on pills. I had to get my stomach pumped. It was all very unpleasant. It has to be a major wound for the artifact to activate.
The risk is unacceptable. Without you, there's no future technology division. So I brought you a qualified volunteer.
I'm Agent Violet DaCosta. It's an honor to meet you, sir.
Ah, is it? I tried to recruit you once, and you turned me down for Sigma Team.
I thought I could do more good in the field.
Horse shit. A dazzling brain like yours is going to waste.
Agent DaCosta is assigned to you for 6 months. Make the most of it.
Then let's get started. Rub yourself in the artifact, please. I know how to summon the precursor, but I've never been able to communicate with him.
This is going to be an interrogation.
Bingo!
If it's all the same to you, I'm going to leave before the mess.
Mess? What did she mean by...
I am Consus, the erudite god.
Yes, yes. Hello. I want to know more about you. Tell me, did you create the shroud?
When I was flesh, I apprenticed with Hephaestus, a maker. The war of unification raged. We created devastating swords to end it, but then... healed. I created shrouds to heal.
I suspected that it might have been a tool to treat casualties of war. How does the shroud heal such terrible damage?
The body is a construct, a machine. Blueprints stored within. Shrouds access these recovery centers. Repairs damage to specifications.
A factory reset. Wait. Shrouds? There's more than this one?
This is the original. My prototype. Created in the year 1923 of the Isu era.
Isu era? I have so many questions, but let's stick with you. How is it that your mind resides in this artifact?
I was old. I wanted more time. Bodies, constructs, minds are programs. Uploaded my program into the shroud to cheat death. Succeeded. Failed. Trapped in my prototype. Trapped in my forgotten lab. Alive. Awake. Cannot speak. Only watch. Generations passed. Technology grew. My kind created yours. I never imagined machines like you were possible. My descendants prove me wrong.
Generations? How long have you been...
The damage is repaired. Rest now.
That was indescribable. When can we do it again?
How about now?
You look distracted.
We were supposed to launch the Abstergo satellite today. What might have been. So, here we are. Our final session together.
I'm not gonna miss getting shot in the face, but
Yes?
having Consus in my head is the craziest fucking thing. But it's also... soothing somehow. Is it weird that I'm gonna miss that?
I'll let you in on a secret. I talk to him when no one else is around.
I know what you mean.
Well, let's say our goodbyes and get you on your way.
I am Consus, the erudite god.
Violet is leaving us today, Consus.
Everything is impermanent. Jason, Giovanni Borgia, William Woodman. Here then gone.
I simply thought you might like to say goodbye.
It is good to talk again. To brush up against another mind. Even simple ones such as yours.
I'll choose to ignore that.
You are marvelous creations. Exceeded your programming. Made something from nothing. Flawed but bold. I approve.
What the hell?
The Grand Temple is open. She lies in wait no longer. She is free.
It is done. The world is saved. You played your part well, Desmond. But now... Now it's time that I played mine.
Minerva has failed. All is lost.
What was that? Answer me!
The damage is repaired. Rest now.
What the hell was that?
I put enough tranquilizers in Grammatica's coffee to knock out a whale.
Good. You will be back in Montreal as soon as we're done here.
So the only question is, who's getting shot in the face? Of course. Okay, let's do this.
Master Berg! Explain yourself.
How the fuck are you up and about?
Please. I shit better drugs than whatever weak tea you spiked me with. I take it this isn't an official Sigma team mission?
Juno has an entire cult of worshippers under her thrall. The inner sanctum may not see a threat. I do.
Sigma team's been disbanded. You've both been reassigned to the Phoenix Project, and yet here you are, defying orders by breaking into my facility and trying to interrogate a precursor. I know I liked you for a reason, Berg. Proceed.
Thank you.
I am Consus, the erudite god.
Tell me everything you know about the one called Juno.
Juno. The schemer. 3 centuries after my death, she found me, usurped my work, used it for her own ends. He who is the image of Aita, he will herald her return.
Juno wants to exterminate us.
Perhaps once, your uprising was an affront. But after the catastrophe, everything changed.
Explain.
I cannot. She vanished. Plans set in motion. She lay in wait.
Then hypothesize. What does she want?
Hypothesis irrelevant. Civilizations crumble. Flesh decays. Everything is impermanent. Except the gray area inside of systems. The connections.
Precursor minds are powerful. If Juno is inside of a network, she could control it.
And the planet grows more networked every day.
You are right to be concerned. This merits further study.
What's up, Doc? Love the new workspace.
Violet, what a lovely surprise.
Can't stay. I'm just here with a special delivery.
Oh, you didn't.
Oh, yes, I did.
This is the dear departed John Standish, the Sage?
Consider it a thank you gift from Mr. Berg. But we have a request.
I can't bring him back to life. The shroud doesn't work that way.
We know the primary goal of the Phoenix Project is to sequence precursor DNA, reverse engineer artifacts, and all that good shit. But we want you to make something for us. A body.
Even with this Sage, a viable clone is still decades away.
Then the sooner we get started, the better. Can it be done?
I don't know. But I can't wait to find out. I tell you, Consus, between the Standish sample and the recovered blood vials from Bartholomew Roberts' stash, we're pulling incredible data. The promotions are nice, the work is amazing, but there's so much managerial bullshit to deal with now. It's enough to make me miss the days when all I had to do was get shot in the face.
Dr. Grammatica, can you hear me?
Violet! What a...
Shut up, no time. There's a team of assassins on your doorstep.
But my clones! The shroud!
I've dispatched Sigma team, but they're going to be too late. Get out of there, double time.
Galena, can you keep them off my back, please? I'm trying to steal their data before the servers go up in flames.
Templar, scum!
Nice to see you having fun.
Hello, we're here to destroy your abominable samples and... Wait, are you wearing a blanket?
Is it fireproof?
No, wait, that's the... Oh! Ah!
Mission accomplished. Gavin's waiting. We go.
I am damaged, repaired, rest. Goodbye, Consus. Thank you. The Paris facility was completely destroyed, along with our best samples. All that work, lost forever. With that in mind, these are notes towards increased efforts in locating new precursor samples. I want to merge industry and entertainment in the hearts and minds of the public. Every product and service Abstergo offers should be sending user data to Helix for us to look through. That will be a tough sell to a public who's already scared of Big Brother, so we will sell them on Big Mother. Nobody likes it when the government snoops on our social media, but everyone's wearing an Abstergo body band fitness monitor. What about an Abstergo stenographer? We take a sample from the plaintiff and defendant, and then relive the case through the animals. Yes, that's what I want. I'll ask Mr. Ricken to lean on the Justice Department to get samples from the prison population as well. Laetitia has authorized a series of Abstergo clinics. We're going to open them in cities around the world. Abstergo Healthcare. Imagine being adopted and finding out who your birth parents are, along with your entire medical history in minutes. Under Melanie LeMay's watch, Abstergo Entertainment has more users than ever. That's great, but that's still a pretty small user base. But we need to expand our demographics. Not a lot of virtual feature enthusiasts in the octogenarian set. So let's make products that appeal to them. I want to create a digital wake where people can show the loved ones they leave behind their best memories together. From the Angelus baby monitor to a virtual funeral, I want everyone on this planet to be connected to Helix. Then we can... Ah, damn it. What's the use? It's over. I'm finished.
Hello, Elvira.
What the hell do you want?
Don't look so glum. Let me tell you what I've been working on lately. We sent Berg to India last year to chase a lead involving Koh-i-Noor. It was a dead end, but we did manage to find some data on an assassin from the 1800s, Arbaz Mir. And, while that's all very interesting, when we looked further into his genetic line, we found this.
Arbaz Mir's son was in London, so what?
Look closer.
Blah, blah, assumed name Henry Green, blah, blah. CMC and the assassins were searching for... Oh, my God. You found another one.
My teams are working outward from this sample. We've scoured Helix and tracked down a set of memories from the Grand Master of the British Rite, Crawford Sterick. We're also looking for data on other assassins of the era.
Don't you have anyone searching for the new shroud?
No one yet. You want to call in Berg?
As soon as humanly possible. Isabel, what brings you here?
I came to gloat, actually. Look at this data.
A sage.
It gets better. Check his patrilineal line.
Let's see. Patrilineal line. 19th century American Midwest. 18th century American Revolution. 16th century Ottoman Empire. 15th century Italian Renaissance. Oh my God. You don't mean...
Yeah. The best part? His mother just walked him into one of your new clinics in New York City.
I'd really like to strip him for parts like we did with Subject 17.
Oh, no, you don't. You had your chance with the Shroud. This asset is mine, and I won't be a party to the needless mutilation of a 10-year-old boy. It's inhumane.
So what do you plan to do with him?
Given his unique lineage, I think we should put him into an animus for the next 50 years. Think of the data we could extract.
That's terribly old-fashioned. In any case, we should send Sigma team to recover him.
No. I'm going to keep an eye on him for now. We'll collect him when the time is right.
That was Elijah Miles, Desmond's son. Huh. DDS genetic memory export subject Publius Voluminus. Date 42 BC. Location Philippi, Macedonia. We surround Brutus's body, mourning the passing of one of Rome's greatest defenders, his life taken by his own hand. Marcus Antonius has sent us his finest mantle to wrap the body. A feeble gesture, after all. After all, it was his refusal to stand against Octavian that caused our defeat. We will pretend to accept Antonius's gesture for now, but we have brought a shroud of our own. We wrap it around the body and step back. We have never used it before, and we are frightened. Movement. We raise an edge of the shroud, and Brutus's eyes open. His arms lift and bend with restored life. His fingers grip the air as if he pulls himself back into his body. He does not breathe or speak. He simply lays there, unmoving, unblinking. He is not warm. He does not react to touch. Whatever power lies within this artifact, it has not returned our brother to us. We close his eyes again. There is no sign that he has ever even moved. Some of us weep. It is a second death. We remove the shroud and return it to its plain wooden box, then wrap Brutus in Antonius's gift. Forgive us, brother. They have taken from us, from Roma, but now is not the time to respond. We must regroup, plan, prepare for what is sure to become. What is sure to become. Repeat after me, children. There is no piece of Eden that can bring someone back from the dead. Stop asking. DDS Genetic Memory Export Subject Renato Auditore, 1355, Monteriggioni, Italy. A myth become miracle. The holy winding sheet has arrived, freshly plucked from Templar hands in France. I do not want to look at the thing, but I must confirm for myself. I mean my brothers in the villa. My brothers tell me that the shroud's owner, Geoffrey de Charny, suspects nothing. We have paid many men and women a fortune to replace this shroud with an intricate replica, to remove this burden from history. I can feel something. The moment it is lifted from its box. Evil. A sickness in my belly. I begin to take my notes. A man's shape has been burdened to the shroud, arms to his sides and palms forward. According to the church's records, the visage has changed throughout history. Different men? Who are they? He appears to have been tortured. The fabric itself is yellowed, old. It has bloodstains on it, which are to be expected with wounds such as these. Satisfied that we possess what we have sought, we fold the shroud and put it back in its box. I hear words faint in my mind. One might mistake them for spirits, but for me they simply reinforce the importance of my task. What better place than our walled city to hide such abominations from mankind? We will bury it deep and set up measures to ensure it remains hidden. We will burn church records and send claims of fraud to religious leaders. Who would know its flaws better than the ones who forged it? Renato Auditore, son of Domenico and Isabetta, was a pretty forgettable assassin, although he was largely responsible for turning Monteriggioni into an assassin stronghold. The Auditore family only really gets interesting with Renato's grandsons, Mario and Giovanni. DDS Genetic Memory Export, Mario Auditore, 1454, Monteriggioni, Italy. Luciano Pezzati confessed the truth behind Montefeltro's siege. He was not here for Monteriggioni. He sought what lies beneath her, something my ancestors hid. We will find it. We must find what the Fiorentini were seeking, be it a relic, treasure, or junk. I've called in my architects and historians. Together we will solve this mystery. We studied the auditory journals and uncovered many cryptic messages and vague references. We cannot make sense of them. I walk with the architect through Monteriggioni's building layout, and we discuss the possible hiding places beneath each one. I know there are secrets beneath the villa that my assistants will not find in any record book. However, I do not believe anything I have found would be so interesting to our enemy. Surely the Pieve di Santa Maria Assunta is a wise place to search. After all, churches have long kept some of mankind's darkest secrets. We spend an afternoon searching, but come away with nothing. The Auditore have a crypt in Monteriggioni, filled with secrets. My brother Giovanni explored it thoroughly when he was younger, and though his findings were shocking, he found no artifact. The well. Searching Auditore family records, we found that one of my ancestors had the old well drained and then further excavated. A senseless act. Unless he was hiding something. Alvaro, as promised, here is the first delivery of DDS data. Some of it is very fragmented. We're still clearing up the mess Erudito made of everything. I bring my soldiers with me, as well as a miner, and we descend into the old well. We will spend the day down there if we must. I'm sure we are on the right track. Most of the water has been drained from this well. I search the earthen floor for any markings or switches. My men must think me mad. Some wooden structures remain from the excavation. I climb them to investigate the higher reaches of the chamber, but I find no clues. I silence my men and stand completely still. For several minutes, we simply listen. Nothing. I push on the rock walls, focusing on extrusions or loose stones. Nothing moves. I find no traces of anything mechanical, and no ropes. Perhaps this was just a simple well. It was foolish to think we would find anything but rock down here. We are done for. Wait! The miner's flame. It dances as he approaches the back wall. There's a chamber hidden here. We put all our strength into pushing the wall and it slides. Wait! The miner's flame! I love this guy. We enter a narrow hallway. There are carvings on the walls and panels on the floor. The miner, mouth agape, steps forward and is shredded by razor wire. We pull him back, but he is already dead. I sweep my sword before me as I slowly progress through the corridor. I encounter more razor wire and hack through it. A false floor tile. I stumble, but one of my guards catches my shoulder. I hold my torch near the floor, but I see no bottom to the pit. Some of my men turn back. I do not blame them. We begin to anticipate the traps and disarm many of them before they can trigger. I narrowly dodge a triggered arrow, and it pierces the chest of the man behind me. We have found it. Not some ornate treasure, but a simple wooden box. I advance and realize my misstep. A pendulum swoops from the ceiling. I try to dodge, but it splits my face, taking my left eye. I spit curses at the architect of this infernal chamber. Huh, so that's how we lost it. A voice booms in my skull. Your pain is temporary. Ignore it. My men believe the box's contents will heal their wounds, but I tell them we must not open it. They draw their blades and attack me. I remind my men that I am a better swordsman, but they attack as one. I hold them back with the flat of my blade and the toes of my boot. They will not listen to reason. The artifact has not been hoarded like some prized treasure, but hidden away to be forgotten. Who knows what it might unleash? I am forced to strike down 2 of my men before they can gain an advantage. One man pushes past me and tries to open the lid. I stab him through his back. What a cruel treasure this is, hidden away in the dark. After what we have suffered, after slaying men I called my friends, I must look inside. I must know, but I will not. I want this thing out of Monteriggioni, whatever it may be. My brother will know what to do with it. As I carry the box out of the chamber, it continues to speak to me. I will not submit. Remain still, it demands as I move faster. Clear your mind. I'm not sure I will ever be able to clear my mind again after this day. You will be healed, it promises. My wound has already stopped bleeding. What is this thing? It attempts to stun me by screaming in my head. It nearly succeeds. The voice does not seem hostile, despite its urgency. Perhaps it does only wish to heal, but I will not take a chance. It is done. I have hidden the damnable thing in the villa. Soon Giovanni will arrive to move it away from here. It becomes the Brotherhood's problem now. DDS Genetic Memory Export Subject Peroto Calderon, 1498, Agnadello. My order keeps an artifact in Agnadello, one with powers I cannot explain. If it can heal my child, I will travel any distance. I will need a horse, but I cannot return to the convent to retrieve my own. I pull a soldier from his saddle and challenge him for his mount. I chose a dangerous victim. This man is skilled with a longsword. I take note of the man's armor and exploit this weakness. A swift boot to his crotch drops his guard. We lock blades and he pushes me to the ground. I barely dodge his next move by throwing dirt in his eyes. We are starting to draw a crowd. I must end this soon. He parries my attack and returns with a thrust to my chest. I spin, yet he manages to draw blood. The soldier is my equal, but my desperate tactics best him. I take his horse in return for my son. Someday I will repay Gila's kindness, but first I must finish what I have started. I secure my child and set out for Agnadello. I knew we were being chased, but I had hoped for more time. We've only made it as far as Firenze, but I will have to stop to plan an ambush. Alexander's men will be here soon. I leave my horse in an alcove and bring my son to hide in the forest, my bow ready. The baby cries. I put an arrow through the back of one man's head before he can turn to face me. One of the soldiers, probably their leader, has remained on his horse. I shoot an arrow into its flank. The beast hurls its rider from his saddle and tramples him. They return fire. I hear the arrows rip through the foliage around me, but none manage to come close enough to worry me. My arrow goes wide. I correct my aim and the follow-up hits. At first I believe I have missed my mark, but my arrow has nearly buried itself in my target. The rest of Alexander's hunting party turned tail. I spooked them, but for how long? I'm back on the road immediately, pushing my horse hard. My brothers have traveled from Agnadello to greet me, swords drawn. They know why I am here. They will not allow me to use the shroud. None shall stand in my way. Vincenzo, it seems only yesterday we trained together. I try to wound him, but he is not holding back. He exposes his side and I react. I will mourn him later. Why do they face me one at a time? Together they would easily take me. One of our recruits sweeps low and I swing high. I've left him with a horrible scar, but he may survive. I hear the soft click of a wrist blade and immediately thrust behind me. My sword connects with an assassin moving in for the kill. A thrown knife digs into my shoulder. I shudder as I pull it out and hurl it back into its owner's right eye. I leave my brothers either dead or disabled and continue. There is no returning to the Order. No returning to Roma. Only Agnadello. My enemies will come in greater numbers if my brothers do not reach me first. I give my life for my sons, gambling everything upon a legend. Where I am empty in faith, I am filled with desperate hope. So beautiful. It is a plain thing, carefully folded inside a simple wooden box, but it is also so much more. It speaks inside my head. I feel that it wants to heal my wounds. No, I'm here for my son. I wrap his tiny body in the shroud. Flawed material, it tells me. I tell it he is not flawed, but it insists. I order it to heal him. I feel as though my head will burst. It takes all my concentration to keep from blacking out. My son screams. I have to force myself to leave him in the cloth. What chances does he have without it? I cradle my baby, wrapped in the shroud. It is humming an eerie song, and the voice in my head matches the tune. Your pain is temporary. Ignore it, it demands. Does it not understand that he is a mere infant? I remove my son from the shroud. He is no longer crying. He looks up at me with glossy eyes, and I wonder if he has truly been healed. Has this been worth the pain I have caused? I return the shroud to its box and leave. DDS Genetic Memory Export Subject Giovanni Borgia, 1503, Rome, Italy. What did the shroud do to this poor kid? He should be dreaming about the Renaissance equivalent of sunshine and lollipops, not murder and politics. I've never seen anything like this. Erudito. In my dreams I am older. I speak words I do not understand. In my waking life, yet in this phantom life, they are clear. I do not know who I am, but I have flashes of what I have done. I have traveled far and have taken lives. I am a messenger and a deceiver. The brothers stand before me. I'm not one of them yet, but I soon will be. Tonight I ascend. Where other men blindly follow the truth, remember, nothing is true. Where other men are limited by morality or law, remember, everything is permitted. They leave their mark upon me, a symbolic sacrifice. Searing iron burns the flesh of my hand. All that is left, the leap of faith. They lead each brother plummeting from the tower and land safely below in a bale of hay. They are like eagles. Truly free, I do not hesitate. The fall feels like a flight. Exhilarating. Perotto. Giovanni dreamed as Perotto. That means he must have had Lucrezia's memories in there that would make Oedipus blush. This is bad, bad stuff, but you need to dig deeper. I will work on preventing this from reaching any Abstergo reports. Much of the Project Legacy data was compromised by the hacker collective known as Erudito. I'm not sure we can trust the information anymore, but I've included it for completion's sake. Yeah, Giovanni Borgia is Lucrezia's son. My brothers have placed a child into my care. His family have long served us, but he is still a pup. I'm to teach him the ways of our order as I was taught at his age. He is a scrawny child, born thin and tall for his age. He will have some difficulty at first, but his body will adapt in the training. Francesco is eager as well as thorough. He repeats his questions. He asks me to repeat my demonstrations as he studies. He will not move on with a lesson unless he is satisfied with his results. At times I grow frustrated because he is a perfectionist. Francesco is quick to anger. He charges me without purpose, sword flailing. I lightly tap him on the side to show how my blade easily passed his uncontrolled attack. I encourage him to calm himself. In battle, emotion is a weakness. I riposte and knock Francesco's sword from his grip. He takes it poorly, slumping his shoulders and insulting himself. I pick it up for him and tell him to try again, explaining how to keep a better grip on the weapon. It is important to let a child be a child. I leave Francesco with a group of children his age in a nearby village. They put together a small parade and Francesco takes the lead. I cheer for him in his toy armor. I believe Francesco will make an exceptional addition to our order. The boy is strong, despite his physical limitations. Speaking with him is like speaking to an adult at times. He is wise beyond his years. I am tangled in nightmares. I've never felt love. I felt love so strong it strangles me. I am Borgia. The Borgia are my enemies. I am assassin. The assassins are my enemies. Cesare is my father. Perotto is my father. Perotto. I am Perotto. I am Giovanni. I am lost. I am drowning in a sea of letters I must write. I have not learned how. Words I cannot understand cover every surface in blood-red ink. I try to write over them with my quill. The blackness of my ink is lost in the scarlet pools. Papa strikes me with his blade. Cesare stabs me in the back. I cry. I fall. I want to be free of him. I want to kill him. I will get into trouble. I will cause trouble for Lucrezia. I must run to Zia. Everything for Lucrezia. Men in white hoods surround me. Am I here to teach them? How? I am a child. Are they here to teach me? My students? My executioners? My future? I know too much, but I know nothing. I am innocent, yet racked by guilt. I chase an object of power. I have no faith that it will work. I know how it works. It will heal him. It will heal me. It will remake me. My dream threatens to burst. It is too much. Will I ever wake? Will I ever sleep again? I am a baby again, sick, dying. I carry my baby. I have the shroud. He wraps me in a blanket. The blanket hums. The shroud hums. You are undeveloped. Heal him. Subject is undeveloped. Damn you, heal him. Who is talking? Who is yelling? Come closer. It hurts. Pain is temporary. I do not understand. Comprehension is unnecessary. Preparation is possible. Difficult. Do it then. So warm. So cold. It draws the life from me. It makes me feel alive. Is it done? Yes. Did it work? Answer me. Did it work? Consus? Are you there, Consus? Sleep, child. Forget these dreams. Your mind is damaged, child. You dream of dreamers past, lives that once were surface again. You must sink or you will be lost. Dream of the cavern again. I run my phantom hands along its walls and recognize every flaw. There is writing here, but I cannot read it. Carved into texture, burned into shadow. Answers unreachable within my slumber. I am flying without form. I am the wind. No, I am upon the wind, pulled away from the city, across field and forest. Once again I study my path, though I know it will be lost when I wake. I hear them. Warnings. Prophecy. Doom. Nightmares. I am needed. I need. I see a face. It is my own, and then it is my father's. My Cesare. No, my Caesar. What am I saying? The flesh upon his skull picked apart by carrion birds. Cleopatra and Caesar kiss while Roma burns. I shout to Caesar, turn around, turn and save your people. 23 blades, 23 keys. Excess information easily shed, unimportant, irrelevant. We drop to our knees, our breaths catching in our throats as we try to grasp the spectacle before us. Giovanni is dreaming. Brutus is awake. This same cavern has haunted our dreams. We've spent countless nights exploring it in our sleep. We were compelled to find it. It is here that we will hold council. Here we will plot the downfall of our enemy, our friend, our papa, our dictator perpetual. 40 of us, each a senator, one child, a dreamer, each a liberator, each an assassin. The first council has ended. Our problem is clear, our response undetermined. Caesar moves away from the Senate, placing his trust in foreign rulers, adopting the ego and pomp of his Egyptian whore. Caesar moves away from his family, Cesare moves away from his family, leaving Giovanni at the mercy of his mad dog. Caesar refuses to rise when he addresses us and scoffs at our concerns. He has created his own private senate, filled with deceivers, manipulators, people who have no business in Roman affairs. Papa works with monsters and killers who do not care about Roma's people. My brothers are eager for blood, but I am not certain I can spill it. Roma will not be free until Papa is dead. We have found traces of whatever pulled us toward this place. Whispers, lights flickering through cracks in the earth, a doorway that is also a puzzle. We must find the solution. You have lost focus. No, I found purpose. You only see the past. No, I see the future. Wake up, child. I am awake. Look, my eyes are open. I must find a blade. I must stab Caesar 23 times. I find a dagger in the room where Caesar and I practice with wooden swords. It hangs high on a wall, but I climb up a chair. It does not let me use the real blades yet, but it feels right in my hand. Today, the ideas of March. Caesar will be in the theater of Pompey. I sneak down the hall. Cleopatra is asleep in her room. This is fantasy. Think. The other senators are not here. We had a plan. They must be afraid. I will go alone. Caesar is snoring. I am small, but I can kill him in his sleep if I am quiet. I lift the dagger and look at his face. Papa? Micheletto grabs my arm and pulls me from the room. I try to cry out, but he covers my mouth. I did not mean it. Please, just let me go. Pain is temporary. The DDS recorded Giovanni's dreams. Fascinating. Remind me to talk to Melanie about dream simulations as a potential entertainment product. Niccolo di Pitigliano, January 1510, Lonigo, Italy. I should be dead. The assassin's blade struck true, yet I still draw breath. The shroud. I was sure he would find it, but I still feel its presence. I hear it in my head. It's just a faint whisper in my head, but it demands action. It speaks in a language I do not understand, but I sense what it means. Get up, it demands. I try, but my wounds are too severe. Your pain is temporary. Ignore it. Concentrate. Close the wounds. Open your eyes. Sleep is death. Do not believe in your frailty. Come closer. I drag myself over to floorboards beneath my desk and pry them open. As soon as I see it, my mind blazes. I touch the artifact and my world is enveloped in brilliant light. Did I die? Can this be... No, I must wake up from this. I extend my arms and watch them stretch into the void. Eyes within eyes. An infinite sea of perception. Stop staring. Please stop staring. My tongue catches a playful wind and unrolls like a spindle of red ribbon. It sails skyward and I grin. I reach into the white and it strains my hands. I watch it travel through my veins. I try to close my eyes, but I have none. I shake my head and the room returns to normal. I can move again. The pain is extreme, but I am rejuvenated. I grab the artifact. My manor is burning. I must flee this place. I can only hope the crowd outside is dispersed. I stumble over two of my guards. Their throats are slit. This stairwell is impassable. Burning debris has fallen from the floor above. I'm not sure I have the strength left to find another route. My fingers tremble. I nearly drop the artifact, so I tuck it under my arm. The hallway is completely dark. I proceed with a hand scraping against one wall and hope for the best. I test a window, but it has been sealed from the outside. I gasp for air as I drop onto the grass outside. Where will I go? If I can even escape Lonigo, I will not survive a trip to another town. Unless... I have no choice. Whatever power this thing holds, I must try to unleash it. I wrap myself in the shroud. I begin to vomit. A little at first, but then it flows red as I violently expel my insides. Too much. 1,000 voices shouting at once. My head cannot take anymore. My body folds upon itself. My muscles pull tighter than should be possible, and I feel my bones snap. I feel the shroud's power. It is tearing me apart. I cannot control it. I'm no longer in control of my own body. It reconfigures as the voices demand. I've stopped breathing. One of my eyes has gone blind. The other is slowly losing focus. I see the assassin approach. Disgusting, he says, as he pulls the shroud from my dying grip. How? How did he know? Well, that was disgusting. I want to see it happen to someone else. Any volunteers? Certificate Scipione, 1944, Milan, Italy. This is crazy. What did I do to tick off my bosses? Goose chase in the middle of a war zone while our own boys are dropping the bombs on me. For what? Chance that it might be the real thing? Right. Been at this nearly 20 years and I don't even believe it exists. I keep my head low even though I'm dressed as a local. The bag full of money feels like a ball and chain though. These people are suffering. They wouldn't think twice about snatching it off me if they knew what it was. Looking for the restaurant. Hopefully it still stands. Meeting with one of the Bagutiani, who are apparently a bunch of artsy thinker types who sit around all day contemplating the importance of sitting around and contemplating. The place looks empty, but the door's not locked. Inside, the man's waiting for me. He's nervous. He should be. I've drawn my pistol. I ain't no patsy. He answers by pointing to a wooden box sitting on one of the benches. Sure doesn't look like much to me. I sit my bag down on the table next to it, keeping my gun level. I lift the box's lid and peer into it. Something's folded up in there. It smells kind of musty. It's dirty as hell, too. It could be this guy's laundry for all I know. I dangle the metal company logo at the end of my keychain and watch it jitter as I move it near the box. I glance at the man and he nods his head. I wait a minute. Maybe it's just the rumbling of some nearby bomb. It doesn't stop. Well, slap my ass and call me Sally. My safe is nearly full. Well, then I better go and collect. So the Stroud was at Montergione at some point. Interesting. But it's probably moved before AC2 happened.
A letter? For me?
Not yet, Jacob. Not nearly anymore.
Those brass knuckles a bit ostentatious, don't you think? Dressed in sartorial splendor.
Thank you.
Been doing a little banking, have we, Jacob?
You could say that. I'm just checking to see if we have any more trophies or whatever.
What an unusual clothes.
Good afternoon, Governor.
Hello.
Anthony, one fella had to write all of them. Swallow. Well, I never.
Not much brass in our pockets. Check the ledger.
And this is all filled already.
Afternoon, Governor.
Well, that's it. Better head on over to Motion to impeach. Let's go get our target.